Hello, I'm glad you're here. I'm NatsMan, and I'm reading the Bible from the beginning to the end, from Genesis to Revelations. Please join me in this journey and make God's Word a part of your everyday life. This is video number 94, and today we're reading from the book of 1 Samuel, starting in chapter 5. 1 Samuel chapter 5. Now the Philistines had taken God's ark, and they brought it from Ebenezer to Ashdod. The Philistines took God's ark and brought it into the house of Dagon and set it by Dagon. When the people of Ashdod rose early on the next day, behold, Dagon had fallen on his face to the ground before the Lord's ark. They took Dagon and set him in his place again. And when they arose early on the following morning, behold, Dagon had fallen on his face to the ground before the Lord's ark. And the head of Dagon and both the palms of his hands were cut off on the threshold. Only Dagon's torso was intact. Therefore, neither the priests of Dagon nor any who come into Dagon's house step on the threshold of Dagon in Ashdod to this day. But the Lord's hand was heavy on the people of Ashdod, and he destroyed them and struck them with tumors, even Ashdod and its borders. When the men of Ashdod saw that it was so, they said, The ark of the God of Israel shall not stay with us, for his hand is severe on us and on Dagon our God. They sent therefore and gathered together all the lords of the Philistines and said, What shall we do with the ark of the God of Israel? They answered, Let the ark of the God of Israel be carried over to Gath. So they carried the ark of the God of Israel there. It was so that after they had carried it there, the Lord's hand was against the city with a very great confusion. And he struck the men of the city, both small and great, so that tumors broke out on them. So they sent God's ark to Ekron. As God's ark came to Ekron, the Ekronites cried out, saying, They have brought the ark of the God of Israel here to us, to kill us and our people. They sent therefore and gathered together all the lords of the Philistines, and they said, Send the ark of the God of Israel away, and let it go away to its own place, that it not kill us and our people. For there was a deadly panic throughout all the city. The hand of God was very heavy there. The men who didn't die were struck with tumors, and the cry of the city went up to heaven. That was 1 Samuel 5. Now 1 Samuel 6. The Lord's ark was in the country of the Philistines 7 months. The Philistines called for the priests and the diviners, saying, What shall we do with the Lord's ark? Show us how we should send it to its place. They said, If you send away the ark of the God of Israel, don't send it empty, but by all means return a trespass offering to him. Then you will be healed, and it will be known to you why his hand is not removed from you. Then they said, What should the trespass offering be, which we shall return to him? They said, 5 golden tumors and 5 golden mice. For the number of the lords of the Philistines, for one plague was on you all and on your lords. Therefore you shall make images of your tumors and images of your mice that mar the land. And you shall give glory to the God of Israel. Perhaps he will release his hand from you, from your gods, and from your land. Why then do you harden your hearts as the Egyptians and Pharaoh hardened their hearts? When he had worked wonderfully amongst them, didn't they let the people go, and they departed? Now therefore take and prepare yourselves a new cart and 2 milk cows, on which there has come no yoke, and tie the cows to the cart, and bring their calves home for them, and take the Lord's ark and lay it on the cart. Put the jewels of gold, which you return him for a trespass offering, in a box by its side, and send it away, that it may go. Behold, if it goes up by the way of its own border to Beth-shemesh, then it has done us this great evil. But if not, then we shall know that it is not his hand that struck us. it was a chance that happened to us." The men did so and took 2 milk cows and tied them to the cart and shut up their calves at home. They put the Lord's ark on the cart and the box with the golden mice and the images of their tumors. The cows took the straight way by the way of Beth Shemesh. They went along the highway, lowing as they went, and didn't turn away to the right hand or to the left. And the lords of the Philistines went after them to the border of Beth Shemesh. The people of Beth Shemesh were reaping their wheat harvest in the valley, and they lifted up their eyes and saw the ark and rejoiced to see it. The ark came into the field of Joshua of Beth Shemesh and stood there where there was a great stone. Then they split the wood of the cart and offering up the cows for a burnt offering to the Lord. The Levites took down the Lord's ark and the box that was with it, in which the jewels of gold were, and put them on the great stone. And the men of Beth Shemesh offered burnt offerings and sacrifices the same day to the Lord. When the 5 lords of the Philistines had seen it, they returned to Ekron the same day. These are the golden tumors which the Philistines returned for a trespass offering to the Lord. For Ashdod 1, for Gaza 1, and for Ashkelon 1, for Gath 1, for Ekron 1. And the golden mice, according to the number of all the cities of the Philistines belonging to the 5 lords, both of fortified cities and of country villages, even to the great stone on which they set down the Lord's ark. That stone remains to this day in the field of Joshua of Beth Shemesh. He struck of the men of Beth Shemesh because they had looked into the Lord's ark. He struck 50,070 of the men. Then the people mourned, because the Lord had struck the people with a great slaughter. The men of Beth Shemesh said, "Who is able to stand before the Lord, this holy God? To whom shall he go up from us?" They sent messengers to the inhabitants of Kiriath Jearim, saying, "The Philistines have brought back the Lord's ark. Come down and bring it up to yourselves." That was 1 Samuel 6. This is 1 Samuel 7. The men of Kiriath Jearim came and took the Lord's ark and brought it into Abinadab's house on the hill and consecrated Eleazar his son to keep the Lord's ark. From the day that the ark stayed in Kiriath Jearim, the time was long, for it was 20 years, and all the house of Israel lamented after the Lord. Samuel spoke to all the house of Israel, saying, "If you are returning to the Lord with all your heart, then put away the foreign gods and the Ashtaroth from amongst you, and direct your hearts to the Lord, and serve him only, and he will deliver you out of the hand of the Philistines." Then the children of Israel removed the Baals and the Ashtaroth, and served the Lord only. Samuel said, "Gather all Israel to Mizpah, and I will pray to the Lord for you." They gathered together to Mizpah, and drew water, and poured it out before the Lord, and fasted on that day, and said there, "We have sinned against the Lord." Samuel judged the children of Israel in Mizpah. When the Philistines heard that the children of Israel were gathered together at Mizpah, the lords of the Philistines went up against Israel. When the children of Israel heard it, they were afraid of the Philistines. The children of Israel said to Samuel, "Don't stop crying to the Lord our God for us, that he will save us out of the hand of the Philistines." Samuel took a suckling lamb and offered it for a whole burnt offering to the Lord. Samuel cried to the Lord for Israel, and the Lord answered him. As Samuel was offering up the burnt offering, the Philistines came near to battle against Israel, but the Lord thundered with a great thunder on that day on the Philistines and confused them, and they were struck down before Israel. The men of Israel went out of Mizpah and pursued the Philistines and struck them until they came under Beth-kar. Then Samuel took a stone and set it between Mizpah and Shen, and called its name Ebenezer, saying, The Lord helped us until now. So the Philistines were subdued, and they stopped coming within the border of Israel. The Lord's hand was against the Philistines all the days of Samuel. The cities which the Philistines had taken from Israel were restored to Israel, from Ekron even to Gath, and Israel recovered its border out of the hand of the Philistines. There was peace between Israel and the Amorites. Samuel judged Israel all the days of his life. He went from year to year in a circuit to Bethel, Gilgal, and Mizpah, and he judged Israel in all those places. His return was to Ramah, for his house was there, and he judged Israel there, and he built an altar to the Lord there. That was 1 Samuel 7 and the end of this video. That was the book of 1 Samuel, chapters 5, 6, and 7, on video 94. I'd like to thank you for joining me in this project, this endeavor to read the entire Bible. I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as I enjoyed reading it. Please feel free to comment if you'd like, and also please subscribe and give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If this is your first visit to NatsMan Reads the Bible, I leave a link in the description to the intro video that explains what we're working to accomplish here. So I hope you come back for the next video, and until then, thank you. I hope you have a blessed day. I'm NatsMan, and I'm out.